Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Civils GS Academy. Today we will discuss globe, latitudes and longitudes, which is chapter 2nd from class 6th NCERT geography book. In this video we will discuss the facts, figures and concepts of NCERT which are important from UPSC, UPPCS and other competitive examinations. At the end of the video we will discuss important questions from NCERT book and some questions prepared by me based on the video lecture. Let us directly come to the point. In the previous chapter, you have read that our planet Earth is not a sphere. It is slightly flattened at the north and south poles and bulge in the middle. So what is the shape of the Earth? It is geoid. Now our globe. Globe is a true model of Earth. On the globe, countries, continents and oceans are shown in their correct size. So, note these 2 points, that globe is a true model. And what is the next important point? That countries, continents and oceans are shown in their correct size. We need certain points of reference and lines to find out the location of places. Because without some reference line or some reference point, we cannot locate a place on the Earth. 2 points on the globe through which the needle passes are 2 poles, North Pole and South Pole. The globe can be moved around this needle from west to east, just as the Earth moves. The real Earth has no such needle. It moves around its axis, which is an imaginary line. So what is the direction of motion of the Earth? It is from west to east. Now we discuss latitudes. In the latitude, first we discuss equator. What is equator? It is an imaginary line running on the globe which divides it into 2 equal parts. The northern half of the Earth is known as the northern hemisphere and the southern half is known as the southern hemisphere. So, equator divides the globe into 2 equal halves. All the parallel circles from the equator up to the poles are called parallels of latitude. So, all the circles from equator up to the poles, towards the North Pole or towards the South Pole, are called parallels of latitudes. Latitudes are measured in degree. And what is the latitude of equator? The equator represents the 0 degree latitude. So note this point, that equator is at 0 degree. And to conceptualize what is latitude, just imagine that lines which are lying parallel to the equator are called latitudes. Since the distance from the equator to either of the poles is 1/4 of a circle round the Earth, it will measure 1/4 of 360 degree. And what is 1/4 of 360 degree? It is 90 degree. Thus 90 degree north latitude marks the North Pole and 90 degree south latitude marks the South Pole. So this point is very important from examination point of view, that 90 degree north latitude marks the North Pole and 90 degree south latitude marks the South Pole. This fact has already been asked in many examinations, that what is the latitude of North Pole. All parallels north of the equator are called north latitude and all parallels south of the equator are called south latitude. The value of each latitude is therefore followed by either the word north N or south S. As we move away from the equator, the size of the parallels of latitude decreases. Why it decreases? Because size of the circle start decreasing from equator towards the pole. So size of the parallel of latitude decreases from equator to pole. This is very important point. Now some interesting fact from NCERT. Do you know, by measuring the angle of the pole star from your place, you can know the latitude of your place. This fact is very important from examination point of view, that how can we know latitude of our place? It can be just measured by measuring the angle of pole star. Okay. Now important parallels of latitudes. Beside equator 0 degree, the north pole 90 degree north latitude, and south pole 90 degree south latitude. There are 4 important parallels of latitudes on the globe, that are: number first, Tropic of Cancer. It is 23.5 degree north latitude in the northern hemisphere. Then second is the Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degree south in the southern hemisphere. Third is Arctic Circle at 66.5 degree north of the equator. And number 4, Antarctic Circle at 66.5 degree south of the equator. Now see in this figure, here is the North Pole and here is the South Pole. This is the line equator. See, this is 0 degree latitude, and in the northern direction towards the North Pole, this is Tropic of Cancer at 23.5 degree north latitude, and then at 66.5 degree north latitude it is Arctic Circle. Now in the southern hemisphere, to the south of the equator, see here 23.5 degree south is the Tropic of Capricorn, and at 66.5 degree south it is Antarctic Circle, and after that it is South Pole. Now based on these 4 important latitudes, Earth is divided into certain heat zones. See here, between 23 degree north latitude and 23 degree south latitude, that is between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, the heat zone is known as torrid zone, because this zone receives maximum heat from the sun. Now above Tropic of Cancer and up to Arctic Circle, this zone is known as North Temperate Zone. Here the climate is temperate, means neither too hot nor too cold. And from Arctic circles to the North Pole, this is Frigid Zone. And here in the southern hemisphere, from Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle, this is South Temperate Zone. And from Antarctic Circle to South Pole, this is Frigid Zone. So these zones are very important. Sometimes in examinations, this question has been asked that torrid zone lies between which 2 latitudes, or temperate zone lies between which 2 latitudes. Okay. Now we'll discuss the heat zones of the Earth. See, the midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all latitudes in between Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. So note this point. The midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all latitudes in between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. This area therefore receives maximum heat and is called the torrid zone, because when sun is at overhead, it will give its heat or its light will concentrate on a limited area, and this that area is becomes more heated, and that's why this area between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is called torrid zone. Now the midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. the angle of sun's rays goes on decreasing towards the pole. So as the angle of sun goes on decreasing towards the pole, the intensity of sunlight starts decreasing towards the pole. The area bounded by Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere have moderate temperature. Why? Just I have told you earlier, the angle of sun here, the angle of sun's rays goes on decreasing towards the pole. So that's why the area bounded by the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, have moderate temperature. These are therefore called temperate zones. Now area lying between the Arctic Circle, see here, area lying between the Arctic Circle and North Pole in the northern hemisphere and Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere are very cold. Why it is so? It is because here the sun does not rise much above the horizon. So note this point. Why? These areas are very cold because here sun does not rise much above the horizon. Therefore sun rays are always slanting and provide less heat. These are therefore called frigid zone or very cold zone. Now we'll discuss longitudes. Line of reference running from North Pole to the South Pole are called meridians of longitude. The distance between them are measured in degree of longitude. Each degree is further divided into minutes and minutes into seconds. They are semicircles and distance between them decreases steadily polewards until it becomes zero at the poles where all the meridians meet. So this point is very important. Unlike parallels of latitude, all meridians are of equal length. So note this point. Unlike parallel of latitude, all meridians are of equal length. Where parallels of latitudes, their size starts decreasing as we move from equator towards the pole. The count of longitude begins from the meridian which passed through Greenwich, where the British Royal Observatory is located. So this is based on the consensus of all the countries that from where we start measuring the longitude. So it was decided that the count of longitude begins from the meridian which passed through the Greenwich, where the British Royal Observatory is located. This meridian is called the prime meridian. Its value is 0 degree longitude, and from it we count 180 degree eastward as well as 180 degree westward. See here. The prime meridian and 180 degree meridian divide the earth into two equal halves, the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Longitude of a place is followed by the letter east for the E for the east and W for the west. Here's one interesting fact is that 180 degree east and 180 degree west meridian are on the same line. We can locate any point on the globe very easily if we know its latitude and longitude. So to locate a point on the globe, it can only be possible through latitude and longitude. And see, the grid of parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude on a globe. So parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude on the globe forms the grid. Now see in the figure. See here. This is 0 degree longitude. And from this 0 degree towards east, see here 30 degree east, here it is 60 degree east, 90 degree east, and likely here is 180 degree. From in the western direction, see this is 30 degree west, 60 degree west, 90 degree west, 120 degree west, and likewise here is it is 180. So 180 east and 180 west are same longitudes. And see in the figure this, that this is a grid pattern. It is, what is the grid pattern? It is formed by parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude on the globe. Now we will discuss relation between longitude and the time. See in this here. The best means of measuring time is by the movement of the earth, the moon and the planet. The sun is the best timekeeper throughout the world. Can you tell me why? Why the sun is the best timekeeper throughout the world? Because its rising time and sunset time are fixed all over the world. So it is best timekeeper. Now discuss local time. Local time can be calculated by the shadow cast by the sun, which is the shortest at the noon and longest at sunrise and sunset. When the prime meridian of the Greenwich has the sun at the highest point in the sky, all the places along this meridian will have midday or noon, as the earth rotates from west to east. So what is the direction of rotation of the earth? From west to east. Those places east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time, and those out to the west will be behind it. Why? Because sun always rises in the east and sets in the west. So places which are east to the Greenwich are ahead of the Greenwich time, and those to the west of will be behind it. The earth rotates 360 degree in 24 hours, which means 15 degree an hour or 1 degree in 4 minutes. It is 12 noon at Greenwich. The time at 15 degree east will be what? 15 into 4 is equal to 60 minutes. That is 1 hour ahead of Greenwich time, which means 1 p.m. Because at 12 noon on Greenwich it is 12 noon, and to the east of it, it will be 1 hour more, that is 1 p.m. But at 15 degree west, the time will be behind Greenwich time by an hour. Similarly, at 180 degree, it will be midnight when it is 12 noon at Greenwich. See here in this figure. This is Greenwich line, and these are the places ahead of the Greenwich, and these are the places behind the Greenwich. And see here, this is international date line. This is international date line. All the places on a given meridian of longitude have the same local time. So note this point, that all the places on a given meridian of longitude have the same local time. So can you tell me from here how many longitudes are there on the globe? Yes, try it. See, there are 179 east longitudes plus 179 west longitudes, okay, 180 degree longitude plus 1 0 degree longitude. So it total becomes 360. Clear? Why do we have standard time? The local time of a place which are on different meridians are bound to differ. The local time of places which are on different meridians are bound to be different. In India, the longitude of 82.5 degree east is treated as the standard time meridian. The local time at this meridian is taken as standard time for the whole country. Because longitudinal extent of India is very much. So we have decided that 82.5 degree east longitude passes from middle of the India and it is taken as a standard meridian. So whatever be the time on this longitude is standard time for India. India located east of Greenwich at 82 degree 30 minutes east. That is 5 hour and 30 minutes ahead of the GMT. Because for every 15 degree there is 1 hour ahead of Greenwich. So we are at 82 degree 30 minutes east of the Greenwich. So total comes to be 5 hour and 30 minutes ahead of the GMT. Some countries have a great longitudinal extent and so they adopted more than one standard times. Note this point, because some countries have great longitudinal extent like Russia. So they have adopted more than one standard time. For example, in Russia, there are as many as 11 standard times. So note this fact that Russia has 11 standard times. The earth has been divided into 24 time zones of 1 hour each. Each zone thus covers 15 degree of longitudes. The earth has been divided into 24 time zones. How much? 24 time zones. This is the figure of India, and here it is shown that longitudinal extent of India from 68 degree east to 97 degree east. So we have a great longitudinal extent. So we decided that 82.5 degree east longitude which passes from middle of the India is regarded as standard meridian for calculating local time for India. Now we'll discuss important questions from NCERT book. Answer the following questions briefly. Number A. What is true shape of Earth? You all of know it. What is true shape of Earth? It is geoid. What is longitudinal value of Tropic of Cancer? It is 23 and half. What are the 3 heat zones of Earth? You tell me the answer, because I have discussed it. Why does the torrid zone receive maximum amount of heat? See, here is some mistake. Why does the torrid zone receive maximum amount of heat? I have told you earlier. Can you tell me? Because each latitude or the globe or Earth between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn receives sunlight over its overhead, or receives vertical rays of sunlight once in a year. Each latitude between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, and that's why this torrid zone receives maximum amount of heat. Why is the 5:30 p.m. in India and 12 noon in London? Just I have discussed it. Because the location of Indian standard meridian is 82.5 degree east. Take the correct answer. The value of the prime meridian is What is it? 0 degree. The free zone lies near where? The poles, the equator, the Tropic of Cancer. Free zone is poles. Total number of longitudes are how much? It is 360 degree. I have told it you earlier. The Antarctic Circle is located in where? Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere. Antarctic Circle is located in Southern Hemisphere. Grid is a network of, it is parallel of latitude and meridians of longitude. Fill in the blank. Tropic of Capricorn is located at 23.5 degree south. The standard meridian of India is, what is it? You tell me the answer. Now come to question C. The 0 degree meridian is also known as, what is? It is prime meridian. The distance between longitudes decreases towards, it is pole. At the pole, all the longitudes meet. The Arctic Circle is located in the Northern Hemisphere. Now questions from the video. What is latitude of North Pole? It is 90 degree north. Why area lying between Arctic Circle and North Pole are very cold? I have told you in the video. So you should answer this question. Now question number 3. How many standard times are in Russia? I have told it to you earlier. You should give answer to me. Now question number 4. What can be known by measuring angle of pole star from a place? What we can know by measuring angle of pole star? It is latitude. Okay. So this completes the video. Thank you for watching the video. Jai Hind.